Hello all, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about my experiences as a woman in society and in temperament. I want to say at the outset that I in fact don't speak for all women, but if you have had similar experiences or completely different ones, I'd love to hear your stories. Please comment below. This is an open discussion, so I'm obviously interested in how men view these topics too. That said, what exactly am I talking about? Motherhood primarily, commitment and family, how I was raised, and what I gleaned from that and how it shaped the way that I thought for so many years. I can't recall to what extent I talked about motherhood or even marriage on my old EternalDreamspace account. On this one, there's one or two videos up around the time I was trying to rediscover what they meant to me. I really wanted to define what those things meant for myself and set myself apart. So I have this very vivid memory of me at age 8 laying under the Christmas tree unlit and just worrying and fretting over the thought of having children. At that early age, I think a lot of my fear and disinterest around kids was related to the pain of childbirth and feeling like as a girl growing into a woman, there was just no way to escape it. Over the years, I found what I considered to be good enough reasons to legitimize and run away from those fears. One of the ways I started to do that was to blame society's so-called standards of women. For example, why did I have to have a child? Why does any woman have to have a child? Why is that expected of us? Why is that expected of me? I wasn't like a typical little girl either. No baby dolls, no pretend weddings, and boys were basically a waste of time to me. There were a lot of unfair questions, I believe, asked of me when I was growing up that I think are typically asked of most women, such as questions about my dating life. Do you have a boyfriend? Is there anyone you're interested in? Who do you like? And an expectation of kids my age of like rebellion towards my parents, and my girlfriends being jealous because I hung out with the guys that they liked and they thought that I liked them too, or those particular guys liked me, but they were missing the point that I wasn't interested in boys in general. I did prefer male friends because my female friends were boy crazy and I didn't get it. I wanted to be a writer, a director. I wanted a camera more than I wanted a car, and props more than I wanted boyfriends. If I hung out with a guy, it was assumed that we liked each other, and I'll be honest, most of the guys that I hung out with liked me, but that was so much easier to deal with than the petty squabbles that girls have. At 17, 18, 19, it was a lot less about school and what I might be when I grow up, and a lot about marriage and children. It drove me crazy. A job, a boyfriend, a car, and all I wanted was a new video camera. I felt justified in not wanting those things every time somebody told me, oh, just wait, you'll see. You'll have a boyfriend one of these days soon and you'll want kids. Like, my resolve hardened. The way I saw it, people got married, they had kids, they got old, and then they died. I wanted to have time to play and travel and film and have adventures. I think in earlier years that was probably innocent enough, but even still today I am terrified of commitment on a deep level. There's a selfishness within myself, a love of me and not wanting to lose who I am and not wanting to change. And there's a lie out there that being a housewife, being a mother, are akin to being trapped. I wouldn't be able to have time to write, to travel, to have adventures, to film. Not true. Not true. Let's jump from 8 years old past my late teens into adult life. I've been all over America. I've been to England, I've been to New Zealand, to Canada, and the Bahamas, and I have had a blast. I've lived to the extent that people dream about until all my dreams were fulfilled, and who can say that? I can. But I was in a lengthy battle between my identity and settling down. Even that term, settling down, like nothing fun is ever gonna happen to you again. I hated all that. Fernando was ready for all of that when he was 25, and I was 18 or 19. It's really when I started to feel the ticking of the clock, like time running out. It was like a, this can't be it moment. And I just held my position. I held that position for 9 or 10 years. And so I was 29, living in an upstairs bedroom at my parents' house, starting up my YouTube channel again, separated and single in the year 2018. And that whole year, the question was, what now? It doesn't mean the world still wasn't my oyster. I just had to make some decisions, and part of making decisions is committing to one thing. So what's that gonna be? Am I really happy as I expected to be, doing what I've been doing my whole life? The answer was no, and I kind of knew that, but I didn't know what it meant because I thought for so long that I could just go on that way and not ever be in any place for too long where I had to settle, either single or married. And then a friend of mine from church, a young girl that I had actually watched grow up, had her third son, and he was not quite a year old, and she would let the congregation, whoever wanted to that week, hold him so that she could have a bit of rest during the service. And everyone else had had a turn or two, and I wanted to hold him one Sunday. Just one Sunday. From there on, I held him every service he was there. I looked forward to it, and when she didn't bring her kids, I was so devastated. Only these kids, though. Only this one, I lied to myself. I thought I'd like to babysit him sometime. And my friend, she let me. I had a 6-hour day with 3 kids, a messy house, poopy diapers, and playing with toys. And it was one of those nights when I drove away, I had a lump in my throat because I wanted to have that for the first time in my life. It was different because I wanted it, and before I had thought somehow it would take away from me. But being with her kids and with that little boy, I think a big factor in my change of heart was the trust. She just gave him to me each service and trusted me to soothe him and had every confidence that I was good enough. And no one had ever made me feel that way. And him, the boy, he would look up at me and let me feed him, and he was funny about who fed him. And he just lit up like I was something more than I ever thought I was. Damn, it felt so good. And I've seen some beautiful things in this world, some of the 7 wonders, and they didn't make me feel the way that it felt to hold him. I thought, I'd take a bullet for this kid, and he wasn't even mine, but holy shit, the way he looked at me, the way my son looks at me. Sam takes me back to my childhood, to every fun place that I put away so I could grow up and I could play again. I mean, I could really play and sing, and makeup doesn't matter, and the way the house looks doesn't matter. He looks at me like everything I do is perfect because I'm mommy, and moms are incredible. I sold myself a lie, and I lived it. It was a lie that I couldn't write, that I couldn't film, or be me, or all the things that make me me. I gave birth. I carried a child. I can do anything. I make a bad day better. I kiss a wound and it doesn't hurt anymore. I bring home French fries and I'm the greatest person on earth. And I do it all while maintaining a household. I'm fucking Superwoman. I can do more now than I ever knew. And I would never have realized that unless I had Sam. I never really would have known, not to the extent that I know now. Don't get me wrong, I have lived a great life, but I so narrowly missed an opportunity to have so much more and to be so much more. I fear for other women like me, for the way that the world puts it to you, the idea of family. If I could minister to every woman that sees this, to one scared teenage girl, I'd put my arms around him and I'd say, congratulations, you're a mom. Prepare for the best days of your life. I'd say, I love you, I see you, I get you. Nobody has it hard like a mom when she's working, cooking, cleaning, juggling kids. And you won't have the world throw you a parade every single day like you deserve, no. What will happen is so much better than recognition. It's so much greater than a finished project or a promotion. But have those things if you want them. And you will be doubly blessed because everything you achieve when you have kids is 100% better. Indulge yourself in your kids. You can share everything with them. Trust me, they want to know. They want to be just like you, and when they do something that's like you, or when they do something on their own, and you know that you were a part of that, oh, it's so cool. If I hadn't had that time, held that little boy, I don't know where I'd be. I have no doubt I'd be happy. No kids doesn't mean unhappiness. But do you want more? Do you want joy that never fades? Blessings that never cease? Do you want to wake up every single day and be somebody important? Because you're the most important person to them. You're their hero. I'm telling you, ladies, you can have all that. Having a kid ain't gonna stop you one bit. 3 years later, I'm doing everything I want, minus a whole host of useless shit I didn't even know was useless. What I hope is taken away here is not to let anyone judge you or put you off by what they say or try to tell you what it's like to be a mom, because there aren't words to describe it until you have felt them kick in your stomach, get hiccups, seen them jump on the ultrasound with their perfect little fingers and toes, had them look up at you at the first time when the nurse puts them in your arms. Trust me when I say you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. That is all for now, and until next time, bye.